a style of animation that I've really never seen before. And it was really interesting because, as you're watching it feels like you're watching it through a fog and you're seeing things appear and disappear through this fog. It was a really cool effect. Um, the the film overall, visually, relatively simple, but the narrative underneath and the storyline is complex and it's emotional and it's talking about very serious things, and they can achieve all of that and portray that to the audience without any dialogue, without any narrative, which is really, really amazing. Um, Obviously, there's a war happening. There's people who have fallen on hard times. We see people in a boat, probably displaced, most likely refugees having to flee their country. Um, you can feel the grief and the sorrow and the emotion. And I just thought that it was so well done. And I think that when things look simple and effortless, it most likely took an incredible amount of work to make it look that way. So I just really want to commend the filmmakers on that, for this beautiful medium of storytelling.
So I don't
Great job.
necessarily know how Us was animated, which I think is a total magic trick, and that's really, really interesting. But the idea of using the textures of crumpled paper to represent this war-torn landscape and the interpretation of it by the people that are living through it was so unique. And what I loved so much about the animation the first time I watched it through was that it started off so simple that you almost didn't know how to interpret what you're seeing on screen, and it really draws you in. And then by the time you reach the middle of the film and the animation becomes a lot more detailed, you're so invested in this puzzle that has been put in front of you that you are just sucked into the world of it. Everything from the art style to the sound design to the animation style felt like something out of this time. I felt like I was almost sensing this bit of nostalgia for older hand-drawn animation, but also because of the quality of the sound and the imagery, I thought this could have been something from anywhere from the 40s to the 70s, and I would have totally believed you if you told me it was decades old. So I think that that's really amazing. They've captured something really timeless.
I thought this was really a remarkable piece. I just really enjoyed that sort of somber quality to it, the animation style. Just really simple, but very difficult to pull off well. And it's done really well here. I just really enjoyed it. Just sort of thought provoking in a way because you're not really sure what the message is. It seems, again, it definitely has a somber tone to it. So definitely by the time you get to the end, I thought that was just a really striking visual of the person then turning into the tree. Really an interesting
It was a
piece.
really cool piece. It was very short, but it was so well done in terms of animation and just the style of it that it managed to accomplish. It really reminded me of the those paper flip book things where it was just like continuous throughout, and there's never a cut in between. And this is what Us was able to do. It basically was able to transition through so many different things without it being cut in any way. And I thought that was just so much attention to detail to make sure every moving part was able to transform into something else into the next scene. So it was just really mesmerizing to kind of watch everything as it was changing throughout. Something else that really stood out to me was the sound editing for it. I feel like it's also really hard to find sound effects for animation style things, but this did it so well. And having the explosions and the glass breaking and all of that, it was just so well done that I really did really elevate this piece to another level. So really great job.
Congratulations and a great job on Us. I thought it was a super unique animated short. I thought the artistry behind the animation style was incredibly captivating and unlike anything I've ever seen. And I also thought kind of the transitions between like scenes, I guess, was super creative. Like the way at the end, the man's body, turned into a tree. I thought that was super cool. And overall, I think it's a testament to how, good storytelling doesn't really need dialogue. I think the visuals did a great job of telling the story. So, yeah, congratulations.
I love this type of animation. It's so simple. It's and at the same time so rich. Like the simplicity of the images almost gives them more strength because we're filling in the details with the sound that's adding the other layer, and the contrast between that simple sound and the simple drawing, but the rich detailed technique of the drawings solicits our imagination to fill in the rest, and it really makes for an active participation into the experience that I really enjoyed. I love the flow and the transitions between one scene to the next was so smooth and so well done. It just you were always going, okay, where are we going next? It really reminded me of the heyday of the NFB when they were doing so much great animation was coming out of that organization. This was just a masterful use of the various animation techniques that were employed here. They told so many stories in such with such simple images, and evoked things that were much larger than what we had in front of us, which is the sign of really well accomplished animator. Yeah.
It's a very, very cool piece. I love the overall look and aesthetic of it. I love that it was just very minimal sound. I really like the sound design in it. The ambient sound and just kind of the elemental sounds of the water and wind and such carrying the whole thing. No music soundtrack, no dialogue, just that. And that was very cool. I love that about it. I love how the whole thing looked like we were kind of looking through a sheet of rough paper. That was very cool. And, it was just kind of this very abstract kind of, life cycle that we were taking through here. I love the very beginning of it, showing the people carrying the boat out onto the water, and then we come back to them at the end. The whole climactic sequence is very cool, and I'm sure it was what they spent most of the time on making this, with showing the people in the boat, then going under the water to see the solar system, and then zooming in on the house, going into the house, and then showing the man's death in the field. That was very cool and very moving and very gripping. Very, very, very memorable sequence. That the whole thing was very cool. So, great job with this, and good luck with it. I hope it gets out there and gets seen. I hope you're able to do more because it was really terrific.